Hi, this is BoBTV, and I refuse to buy a remote car starter. Right meow on my gear, my 2000 Ibanez RG7420 7-string guitar. I bought this guitar from the same fella I bought my 8-string from. Hell of a guy, that Adam! If I remember right, and I'm not sure that I do, I think these are Seymour Duncan PAF pickups. These are really clear sounding, and they have a little bit less output than the DiMarzio deactivator in my 8-string. The paint job is a little messy, and I would like to repaint the body at some point. Maybe this summer. The scale length is 25.5 inches. For strings, once again we go with D'Addario, and I think these are a 6-string set, 9 to 42, and then a 56 on the top. But it's been a long time, so I don't really remember. And I tune this to B, E, A, D, G, B, E. 7-string tuning. This guitar has a Floyd Rose knockoff bridge made by Ibanez. Strap locks from Shaler. Just cheap ones I think I got off Amazon for probably 10 or 15 bucks. And the tuners are by Godo. Godo. No focus. I don't actually play this guitar a lot, mostly because I get everything I need from my 8-string. But I love how it looks and how it plays, and I really like that headstock and the super thin ass Ibanez necks. Reminds me of old Korn and Fear Factory. So that's cool. Once I repaint it, maybe I'll sell it, maybe I won't. Who knows? Right meow on my tech. One of 3 Raspberry Pi single board computers. What is a Raspberry Pi? Well, it's a low-cost credit card sized computer. It doesn't run Windows. It runs something called Raspbian, which is based on Debian, which is Linux, like Unix. The fact that it runs Linux makes it a real challenge if you're not fluent in that, but luckily the internet is full of nerds to help us out. Why would you buy a Raspberry Pi? Good question! There are a million different uses. A tiny replacement for a full desktop PC. A tiny home theater computer. A tiny retro gaming computer. A tiny web server. A tiny network attached storage, and many, many others. On this particular Raspberry Pi, I'm running 2 things. The Unify controller software for my network, and the Pi-hole network ad blocker. The Unify controller software serves as a way to set up and administer all of my Ubiquiti network devices. You set up your firewall and VLANs and everything right there, and the settings get sent out to all the connected devices. It also shows you network statistics, a list of connected clients, any issues, and many other bits of information. Ubiquiti sells a separate device that does all this, but I found it to be way cheaper and a lot more fun to run it from Raspberry Pi. Now, Pi-hole network ad blocker. Pi-hole. Not this Pi-hole. So this is really cool. As I understand it, this bit of software puts itself between you and the internet. It examines every request you make and compares that to a list of bad websites that would send you ads. If it finds an ad, it blocks it. If the request is clean, it sends it out to the internet just like normal. It's completely transparent, and it actually speeds up your connection because you're only receiving the information you requested, not the ad along with it. It's not perfect, but damn, it works great. Here's the before and after. You can see the crapload of ads that it blocked. It also provides statistics on how it's working. Super cool. Now, installing these two bits of software is definitely not as easy as it would have been on a Windows computer, but I find it interesting, and I think it's a worthwhile challenge. Two of the major benefits of using a Raspberry Pi for this stuff is size and
power usage.
This takes up almost no space, especially when compared to a full-size PC, and it uses very little hydro. Right meow on my music. Another band I've had the extreme pleasure of recording, mixing, and mastering. Wormreign from Sudbury. What was once Before the Black Gates is now Wormreign. But it's not just a name change, it's a new and better representation of where the members are, musically and philosophically. At the end of December, I spent 2 days recording what would become their self-titled EP. 2 songs that I would describe as dissonant, brutal, melodic, black, and fresh. I had an awesome time with these guys, and I really love the songs. I hope we can work together again. Last on Meow Channels, JimmyDiresta. Jimmy makes stuff. Jimmy makes awesome stuff. Jimmy. He's a master of turning metal, wood, or leather, or anything into something amazing. Jimmy makes furniture, Jimmy makes knives, Jimmy makes tools, you name it. Jimmy's really skilled. Alright, for 2020, I've got some new ideas for some different types of videos, so stay tuned, stay buried.